Hey, how's it going, my coffee friends? Hey guys, my name's Tony. I'm a big coffee geek. Thank you so much for watching. You're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. Hey guys, I just want to ask you right now, if you're a coffee geek like me, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate it. There's been a lot of new subscribers, and I really appreciate all so much. It's really because of y'all I'm able to do this. Guys, hey, this is going to be a little bit of a warning video. So, a little bit of a disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. Anything you do to your grinder, it's at your own risk. Please learn from my goofy mistakes. And I say it's entertainment because it really is. Y'all, I might not be doing everything correct. I've done a lot of research on how to do this. This is my first time doing it. So, what I'm doing right now is doing a deep cleaning on my grinder. This is my SHARDOR 64 millimeter. They call it professional grinder. And if you haven't watched our review video, go ahead and check that out. This grinder is really cool. It's special because it's really affordable. There's no other way to say it. Right now, it's been ranging anywhere from 140 to about 160. That's crazy. It's a 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. Now, I have read a lot of the Reddits and coffee forums and all that. Guys, I'm a complete geek. So I've done my research. They say that you could put SP burrs in, and you could change out the burrs and swap them out and do different things, of course. I got some Mazzer burrs. Now, this is going to be part one. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is going to be a part one video. And this is really just kind of showing you if you have this grinder or you have something like a DF64, what it's like taking everything out and doing kind of a deep cleaning. Here's the Mazzer burrs. So these are Mazzer burrs for a Jolly. So super Jolly, and that's one of the most long-lasting grinders that's been out there for a really long time. I think it's late 70s, early 80s when that first came out. I remember working in a cafe as a barista, and there was a Mazzer that we used, and I want to say it is a Jolly that I used back in the day. So I was thinking, okay, this should work. So basically, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm taking my hex key or Allen wrench or the key that basically fits it, and unscrewing this. Now I'm going at it. Now that I've got the upper burr set out, I'm doing it one at a time, so that I'm kind of releasing that pressure. Think about it as like if you were changing the tires. You know, you're not gonna. You want to make sure you're doing it in a sequence. You know, just to make sure that you're gonna get the optimal tension strength. Guys, I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. If you have a suggestion on something I'm doing wrong or something I'm doing right, or a help, or a link to a forum, please put it in the comments below. This video is really made, I'm making it with the idea of just kind of throwing it out there to the world and getting advice back and hearing it. So that's definitely a cool thing. I did my research and I didn't see any videos of anyone doing this so far with this grinder. So I think I'm one of the first, so there will be mistakes, needless to say. So one of the things I'm definitely going to recommend is that you have either a shop vac or a hand vacuum. I have a hand vacuum blower and a hand vacuum that I'm going to use to do the cleaning. If you're going to be changing out the burrs on this, you want to do a good cleaning. There's just no other way to say it. Also, if you want to go ahead and just do a thorough deep cleaning, this would be a great way to make sure, if you take it apart, you can see that there is coffee grounds that are underneath it. That's a big thing. You want to make sure that you always have a great, everything's nice and clean. So it's always a good idea, in my opinion, to every now and then open these grinders up, take a look there. I'm going to be starting a series pretty soon on just grinder maintenance. I'm partnering with Very Barista. They sent me out some cool stuff to go ahead and clean grinders, so I'm super excited about that. And a big thank you to them for sending me the Mazzer Burrs. So big thank you. I really love Very Barista. They're really awesome. Great company. I get a lot of great stuff. So here's the Mazzer Burrs compared to the stock Burrs. that come with the SHARDOR. So they look really similar. I'm going to tell y'all right now, they look really, really similar. I really, really like, I thought, oh, this has got to fit. This has got to be a perfect fit. So once you remove the upper burr set, basically that's the easy part. Now it's really about getting inside and doing the lower burr set. But of course, I went ahead and I put in my screws, again, going with one at a time. And again, big suggestion, always you want to tighten it kind of in sequence. You don't want to just tighten one down. Reason why you don't want to do that is that you want to make sure that it's aligned precisely on that upper burr set. Of course, if you don't have it aligned precisely, you're going to have issues. This is also kind of how you align the grinder. And a lot of times there's there's amazing experts that have already done videos on this. People use foil, and there's a technique where you use a kind of like a washable eraser that you would use for a dry erase board. Han has a really great one. I know that Tom's Coffee Corner has a really good one. I'll probably do one day, but y'all, I'm going to defer to the experts on that. So I'm just going ahead and I'm grinding in, using the tool here to just get it in nice and tight. I'm not using any power tools on this. I wouldn't recommend using a power tool. Just by hand and just by the wrench itself is going to be fine. You don't want to strip. That's the one thing I'm going to tell you guys. These particular bolts, they can get stripped really easy. So just be very, very careful. Use caution. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's get to the lower burr. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. So what I need to do and what I'm going to recommend is use some type of tool that you can use to pry, put pressure on the side. And what that does is that's going to actually help it from not rotating and keep it steady. You could also literally just put your hand down and press on the actual burr itself, but I actually would recommend just doing it like this with a tool. I don't want to put too much pressure on that anyway. So that's been what's been working for me. And of course, again, same thing. I'm kind of doing it counterclockwise, loosening it as I go, and it's been working great. Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now, and a big spoiler, I had some trouble with the Mazzer Burrs. I do want to tell you right now, though, I will be using the Mazzer Burrs in another grinder. I already have a plan for it. I'm super excited to use those. But unfortunately, I think they're just a little thick on the bottom half. The grooves on the bottom of the burrs itself, I think, are a little bit thicker. So I think that's what the problem is. I was having trouble putting the collar back on. But I just also wanted to show you guys this just because this is a good way to show you how to get it out. I do have some burrs. Shh, come in. I'm so excited. Don't tell anybody. That's going to be for a future video. I do have some other burrs that are coming. And guys, I'm going to be going budget for sure. So don't get too excited because they're going to be budget. Or I guess get excited because they're going to be budget. I don't think anyone's done any videos with any really budget burrs. But if you guys are a fan of my channel, you know that I really try to find everything for a good price. And that's always my goal. So really stay tuned for part number 2. And we're going to get some new burrs in this thing for sure. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and stay tuned for part number 2.